Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday evening. The patch just went live a few minutes ago. As we all know, DC Dual Force is getting weekly patches, which is very important. I'm assuming it's going to be mostly through the beta phase as the game becomes more stable in the position that they want it in. I don't know. Maybe it will always receive weekly updates because they do want to do weekly comics. So if that's the case, maybe they have to update the client. Who knows? Or they could push it, a couple weeks ahead. So who knows? But right now it's weekly updates, which is great. The game needs to get ironed out and stuff like that. Because now we're seeing ads for DC Dual Force and comic books. So let's go. More exposure, the better. Means more players. But we're here about the patch notes. So today is August 15th. And here is Ben Soul. So he's going to kind of cover what their intentions was. So let's go ahead. Might and Tax end up being a little bit overshot in power level, having high density powerful early and mid-game cards is the problem with Wonder Woman, Batman, etc., etc. You guys, I'll put the link in the description. You guys read over it. So they nerfed some stuff. So this is a big balance patch. And other factions receive some buffs. Good tyranny with removal. Now, I'm trying to tell you, as we were discussing this with Black Shazam a while ago, is removal is going to become more common in this game. And Might's power is going to deteriorate over time. But it's still good to adjust the game if it's a little bit too overshot, overtone, or whatever they want to call it. So that's good. And most importantly, which is I've had a lot of fun with, but it just needs a little bit more power. Green Lantern's got some love, got some buffs today. So in some ways, Might and Tactics are intended to be the most rounded of the factions, perhaps end up being a world where they were just too good at everything. Hence the nerf to Truth and Justice. The prior version was allowing this well-rounded deck to also have an access to absolutely crushing late gameplay in terms of immediate impact and control style. Through leader attacks, which barely required setup or context, which is true. So anyways, so thank you for your feedback you've given us so far, and thank you. So good, I love seeing the communication, but let's look at the buffs and the nerfs. First up, Wonder Woman, everyone's favorite leader. She's now says 2, so they didn't change that. And that's important because a lot of the Might leaders are 3, right? So it would be really detrimental if she was a 3 charge leader. But anyways, her ability's still 2. Wonder Woman gets 3 power this turn. I kind of knew they were going to do that. So Minotaur went up in power because now he cannot be removed by Wonder Woman's ability anymore. And also, which is an interesting change, give the friendly recruit in Wonder Woman's lane +1/+1. So that's a nice little token to the nerf. It also means, which is important, is placement. Now, excuse me, guys, I got to shut this. AC just went on. So yeah, placement's always been important and will always probably be important in DC Dual Force, but this kind of heightens it, at least for Wonder Woman as well, because you're going to want to put a good blocker in front of it, or give a little bit more life to a recruit that makes it a little bit more difficult for your opponent to remove it. Batman leader is now 18 health. Whoa, so that's a little bit of a bump down. That's good. I don't think it's that big of an impact, but every health is important, right? The Flash leader has now 19 health instead of 17. That's actually good for Flash. Makes him a little bit more durable. Lex Luthor got a buff. Let's go. Lex Luthor leader. Now says 4. KO recruit. If they were friendly, sacrifice them to draw 2 cards and charge Lex Luthor 3 times. That is huge buff to Lex, guys. Huge buff. So Tyranny's getting some amazing help, which it needs. Now, Truth and Justice is an interesting change, and I think it's very fair. Truth and Justice now says give your recruits +2/+2 and shield. So shield's huge. Ooh, Power Girl synergy. Shield is huge, guys. I'm gonna definitely build a deck with Power Girl and get some shenanigans going with that. Now, this is something I kind of disagree with, because I don't think Super Robot really needed a nerf. Superman Robot is now a 2/1. It was a 2/2. So, I don't know. My character should be still powerful, right? So I'm not too sure about that. But anyways, it is what it is. It still has a shield, so there is that. Amazonian Bracers now says give a friendly recruit +3 health and aura. Interesting. Let's see play. We'll have to wait and see. Upgraded bandages now says heal 3 from a friendly key character and give them +1 health. Oh, that's interesting. So that means no card draw. That's actually pretty big. Alfred Pennyworth now says deploy. If you have a Batman leader, draw a card. Okay, a little bit more situational. Start. Create a bandage in your hand. And is now 2/2. It was a 1/1. So, okay, Alfred was adjusted. We'll see how this plays out. Now, obviously, Alfred late game, won't be as good, possibly if your Batman's been KO'd. So, okay. But this one, though, he's the second nerf, guys. He was a 3/5 originally. Look at how the mighty Commissioner Gordon has fallen. It's now a 2/1. It was a 3/3. Now, it still has evade. He's still great with Batgirl because you get that 3/3. I still think he's a decent card. Obviously, not quite as powerful as he was. He's still a good blocker. He still has to deal with evade, which is annoying. So, yeah, he's not terrible, but he's definitely not as oppressive, if you want to say, as he was before. Now, this one, though, Batman Cape Crusader, is now a 4/4, was a 6/6. Interesting. And if I remember correctly, this isn't the one that's generated, right? Or is it? I forget because there's so many different. Matter of fact, let me see real quick. Let me load up the game so I can confirm it for you guys. Should definitely need to make sure I know because that is important. I forget because it's like those tokens versus the actual card itself, like the Superman Clark Kent. So that's been nerfed as well, by the way. Not today, it was nerfed before. So let's see. Go in here and see if the Cape Crusader is the actual recruit Batman or the token. I think it's the recruit, not the token, which is interesting. They nerfed him to a 6/6. Was he really that good? Was he seeing a lot of play? I did see him recently, though, so I guess that's good. All right, let's go. Let's look at Batman. Let's look. Is it here? Oh, sure, Batman. Let's just search. Batman. No, it's okay. It's the and that's a fair. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the not the recruit Batman itself with the ambush hunter and hidden this gold 6/6. No, it's the token generation Batman, which is okay. That's fair. Still a decent card, but obviously, well, maybe it won't see play anymore. I mean, a 4/4 bronze. If it's bronze, if it's silver, it's not so great. I'm gonna have to get back on you guys. I'm gonna test that. I don't know if that card's playable anymore. Maybe, especially if it can still remove some minions and stuff like that. So maybe we'll see. The ambush is the biggest issue thing about it, right? That makes it a good card. Before, I think it's still gonna be good. We'll see. Late game it's horrible, but mid game early game is pretty decent. Okay, Batwing is now a 3/3. Was 3/4. That's a fair nerf. I like it. Devil's Knight now says give your recruits +2 power. Okay. I think if I remember, it was only temporary this turn, if I remember correctly. I didn't really play with that card much. Man-Bat, now this is interesting, is now a 4/1, was 3/2. So it still has the rest of the text where it returns to your hand every turn and has the speed, right? So what's good about that is Man-Bat can now trade into Minotaur and do a little bit more cleanup work. Okay, and more face damage or stuff like that. So he's good. Interesting. A little bit easier to remove. He's just a ping, but yeah, that extra powers I think is really good. Now, Parasite now says deploy. Deal 2 damage to 2 random minion recruits. Parasite gets +1 for each damage dealt. And it is now a 1/1. Was a 2/2. So that's a little bit. I still think with firepower, Parasite's good, especially with Batgirl. I think he's good, especially rather than 2 damage. I mean, 1 damage, 2 damage is big. Could help really remove stuff, especially with firepower synergy. Ooh. Was one of my favorites still. I think it's going to be good. A little bit nerfed to his base, stats, but. A Whack-A-Man, here we go. Now deals 5 damage. Wow, that's a nice buff. This, though, Lightning Arc, now says deal 5 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to an adjacent enemy. That's very good, especially dealing with nasty auras. Yep, and this is Chip. Now it says deploy. When you pay bronze to give chip, you may pay bronze to give chip and a random green lantern in your hand +2 and 1 aura. Is now a free cost, was bronze. Now a 1/1, it was a 2/2. So its stats have been cut, but it's now free, which is huge. It's just a free resource that gives you a very powerful effect. Yeah, a Green Lantern's getting some love. I love it. This right here is the little type of things that it needs to become more of a consistent type deck. I like it. Simon here now says deploy. You may pay bronze to summon Simon. Give Simon in a random Green Lantern in your hand +4 health, and is now a 4/1. It was the 3/2, so a little bit more aggressive. And if you do play the bronze, that's a 4/5. Very good. Very, very good. Now let's look at Jessica Cruz, another Green Lantern that's getting some love. Now says deploy. You may pay bronze to give Jessica Cruz and a random Green Lantern in your hand +4 power. It is now a 4/1. It was the 2/3. Ooh, so she's a little bit more sturdy, and especially with that 4 power, she's a 4/4. Very nice buff. I like it. Then this one I wanted to kind of play around. I think I have it in one of my decks, but I don't know. Instead, she's now 5/5, was a 4/4. It's a little bit harder to remove minion base, but the buffs to some of these other spells kind of counter it anyways. John Stewart's now a 5/4. It was a 3/5. All right, so John's a little bit more powerful, which means his removal options are better. Remember his thing, if you play bronze, you're able to remove power. So that's 2 extra power, makes a huge difference. Supersonic Sucker Punch. Now it gives a friendly minion recruit 4 power and invincible. Ooh, invincibility this turn. Draw a card. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I wonder if it's going to see play, or it's definitely better. Invincibility is huge, by the way. I think it didn't have that before. So I'm interested to see if this will see play or not. Lasso of Truth is now a free cost. Okay, it was bronze. So that, I don't know if that's still going to be good enough to play, we'll see. We'll have to mess around with it. This, though, is going to go in my Batman Ivy deck. Metron is now a 4/10. It was a 2/4. And Metron tends to stick on the board because it's such a huge amount of defense or health that it tends to stick around a while, which is going to be interesting. I'll definitely be putting them in there in that card draw, especially with Ivy. It's going to do some extra damage. Oh, look at this. This guy we're seeing play now. He's a 2/3. Was a 2/2. So good stuff. Same ability. Shadow Blade now says give a friendly recruit ambush and lethal this turn. Oh, wow. Okay. Indoctrinate. This is the biggest change, by the way. And I like this. So it now says put a non-gold enemy recruit into your deck. It means targeted. Now, aura obviously has to be dealt with before you can do this. But stuff like any silver or bronze card, you put it out, get it off the board, and put it into your deck. It's kind of similar to that Priest Hearthstone card. I can't remember it. Entomb. Yeah, Entomb. Except for Entomb had no limit on what type of rarity you could use it on. So yeah, good stuff. Gameplay fixed for targeting arrows. Sometimes goes missing for the leaders after activating their ability. Fixes for mulligans timeout. Okay, good. Players should no longer have their turn skip or end early at some circumstances. That's awesome. You've seen that live when I was recording and streaming. Someone could now correctly be targeted after using his parting shot. Okay, good. There is a little bit of a bug with that. General fix escape for loading the game into a game, causing players not to be able to log in. Successfully resolved issues with dupe protection when... Oh, okay, good. This is good. Fixed again for the issue with ghost packs being in your packing opening screen. I experienced that a little bit. Of course, I don't open my packs anymore. I really should. I'm waiting for crafting to go in. I have a full collection, so don't get anything. Faction card backs now have their appropriate faction icons. Ooh, are they in the game? I didn't even notice. Fixed the VFX during mission 1 choices in Justice League Origins Part 1. UI improvement for better display items you receive in the bundles from the store. Okay, good. Justice Origins Part 2 no longer appears to give out the wrong card back. Oh yeah, that was a that was a bit of a little issue. Yeah, I like it. Let me know what you guys think about the patches. I think they're fair. I love seeing buffs. Thinking of which, I'm going to record some Green Lantern shenanigans tonight. I think Wonder Woman and Green Lantern was the deck. I'll refine it. Maybe we could do. Well, they're both 3 attack. I was gonna say Batgirl, but let's see. Anyways, guys, great week, great patch. I love seeing the balance changes. Not only are the balances fair, I love seeing buffs. Keep it up, and like I said, this game has a bright future, and I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff about community tournaments coming up, and I'm going to be putting a bot on Discord as well for people to sign up. So if you're definitely interested, join Discord so you can get more information. That's going to start hyping up, and I can't wait. September, we have the big brawl thing. So there's 65 people. I think it's full though now, guys, but it's like a $750 prize pool. So that's a lot of good stuff. All right, guys, I'll see you later, and take care. Bye.